Easy Basic Architect. Yeah, we got a treat for you. We're in downtown Bergen, Norway, right on the harbor. These are some of the oldest buildings in the city. This one is somewhere around 1702, and they're rehabbing it. So I thought we'd just take a walk around and see some stuff. First thing they do is they have these steel beam and column systems where they actually jack the building up a little bit so they can actually work on and replace a bunch of the parts. So you can see here a bunch of the old rotted wooden columns they come in and fix. Now this is a local foundation that comes and rehabs the older buildings, so you can see, and man, they do a beautiful job. It's a nice tight fitted joint, and giving that column a second life. And you can see as they go down, they're pretty much replacing a bunch of them. And then of course, as we go through here, you can see where the old world meets the new world. And a lot of this is not going to be me talking because there's well over 300 years of history in this building, but I thought it's worth filming and just taking a tour around and just seeing, because it's pretty much a living museum unto itself. And they rehab it, and then eventually this will become a little store or a cafe or something here. But you can see the rehab. You can see on the back wall there again how they've tightly fit all of that. Check out this floor, absolutely incredible. I'm going here. They actually have a little mock-up which I thought was really interesting. It's gonna be a chance to step over all this stuff. But you can see here, maybe over here, I'm just trying to find out. But they chisel all of these joints. And you can see how all of these cheeks get made. But the important part is look at how they chisel out that groove, and they bring it to a point. Now, the reason they bring it to a point is because the gravity of the building is going to put pressure on those. And so they're actually using the wood like a gasket, if you will. So those sections, let me see if that'll balance on there. But these pieces right here, where my thumb is pointing, those fine edges, when the building gets put down on it, it crushes it and basically helps seal it. But you can see that joint. But I wanted to pull up one more of these because it's pretty interesting what they did. Because a lot of this wood is wet wood, they need it to be stable. What they do is, you can see, they make a spike. They pound the spike into the piece of wood below, and then of course it has that. So the spike helps keep these thinner boards. He said these are probably about 3 to 4 inches in width. He said the wider ones, typically 5 or 6 inches, they don't move as much. But these thinner ones, and you can see here how that all gets notched. but how that fits nice and neat. And then if we bring this one back up, see how that all fits nice and neatly together. Very cool. I mean, even some of the old, or some of the workbenches and clamp, you can see there's a little footrest there that pins that block on the top. So if you're shaving or chiseling a piece of wood, you can basically sit there, put your feet down on those lower pads, and put a piece of wood in the vise. So, an example here, you can see we do these kind of nicely fitted joints. I mean, this is certainly a labor of love. Original door there. Take a walk into the next room here. But yeah, even the horses, everything's made out of wood. One of the interesting things is just how much moisture is in these pieces of wood. Pretty incredible. Take a step down here. Give you a pan back where we came from. And you can see, look at those joints. You can see how that wood, when they put that point on there, how well that works in basically sealing that joint. Pretty incredible. And again, you can see there's those steel columns where they literally jacked the building up. He said about 10% of the budget on this rehab project is renting this lifting system. Go in here. You see here, pulling the joint together with some modern means. Kind of a ratcheted come along.
So you put that in first before you start working. Most of it is from the before you So we use it not temporarily.
You can see here, he's in the process of making some wooden spikes. So let's head on upstairs and see what's going on up there.
I can make it